Hey, welcome to the 75 Strong Challenge. This is an adaptation from the 75 Hard Challenge. In this video, I'm going to explain why I made an adaptation and modification from 75 Hard to 75 Strong, as well as why I'm doing this challenge right now, who it's for, and then in the next video, I'm going to go into some example goals that you might want to do if you're considering doing the 75 Strong Challenge, as well as showing you the little tracker download that you have here. Okay, so what is 75 hard? Now, this challenge was created, actually, the person who created it said that it wasn't necessarily even a health challenge, but more of a discipline challenge. Doing something every day for 75 days, and if you mess up, you start over. That part, I will say, is still true for the 75 Strong Challenge. But let's go back to 75 hard. This challenge, I get what he was going for, but it's not only hard, it's actually unsustainable, it's unnecessary for our health in general, and it's a little bit overboard to the point where even if you finish that 75 days, you're likely going to be in a state where you're either going to bounce back or you're going to realize how kind of unsustainable it was going a million miles an hour. And then you're going to have that feeling of like maybe after doing a long cleanse or any other crash diet where it's like you're going to bounce back 10 steps as opposed to just maintaining or continuing on with some of the things you learned. Now, let's look at what 75 Strong is. So things that I maintained was that you do 75 days. They are daily habits except for fitness. I chose 5 days a week for my fitness, and I'll explain that a little bit more. And you're going to start over if you miss a day or mess up. You're still going to have 4 categories of what you track: food, fitness, water, as well as reading. Food, fitness, water, reading. With the food goal, I want you to think of that as something that is not an actual diet or something that's super unsustainable or super far away from what you're doing now. Think of what you're doing now with food and what is one daily trackable action or habit that you can add in order to keep it simple and just make one little healthy alteration to what you're doing now. That's what's going to help you stick to it, as opposed to doing like Whole30 or paleo or carnivore diet or keto or something like that for 75 days, and then knowing that that's not sustainable for you for a long period of time. An example of the food goal that I'm currently doing for my 75 Strong Challenge is I am doing gluten-free. This is for medical reasons and my journey that I'm on right now. So that is why I chose that. And I've also been very intentional about continuing to support myself so that it's not restrictive. Whereas if I'm craving a muffin or I want toast with breakfast, I'm going to get a gluten-free option. However, it also has forced me to be super conscious and intentional about actually being creative and choosing more whole foods. So I love that that part's happening naturally. That's just my goal. You can definitely choose yours. That'll be in the next video, more examples of the goals. Okay, to finish it out, my water goal was 100 ounces instead of a gallon every day. A gallon, I think, is like 128 ounces. That's too much, especially for women. We probably don't even need that much water in a day. So I'm doing 100 ounces. I am reading 10 pages. So 75 hard is 10 pages of personal development. And it's not like an audiobook or something like that. It's actually physically reading and being intentional, even taking notes. Okay. So I am doing that exactly as it is. And that is what I suggest. And, the fitness, instead of 2 45-minute workouts and one of them has to be outside, I'm just doing one 45-minute workout 5 days a week. That's a little more context about why I made this adaptation. I'll see you in the next video where I'll share a little more about my story and go over the tracker. Hey, welcome back to video 2 of the 75 Strong Challenge. In this video, I'm going to dive into the tracker download that you have a little bit more and make sure that you're set up with clear direction on how to go about the challenge, how to get started, making sure that this is for you. Once again, you're going to hear me talk about that again, as well as some details about examples of the goals that you might choose for your 4 categories. Okay, so this is the tracker. You'll also see that it has a second page here with links to these videos, video 1 and video 2, as well as a one-sheet kind of description about what the challenge is, who I am, why I made an adaptation from 75 hard, which you also know from the video, as well as some details and examples to keep giving you guidance and direction for your habits. There's also a link to my Instagram and website, where you can sign up for a complimentary call with me. So if you need any support at all with this, or if you're not quite ready for a structured challenge because you're still working on a positive relationship with food and body, I suggest doing a call with me first, and we'll make sure you get the support. That is for you. Okay, so you'll see here that you can print this out. You also have an editable PDF version. So what I did is I first digitally entered in my 4 habits, and I typed out me and my husband's name because we did this challenge together once. You'll see that this is designed for having an accountability buddy, whether it's a significant other, a friend, your mom, a coworker. It doesn't matter, but it does help to have accountability, right? We're like over 90% more likely to stick to something if we kind of have some external accountability around it. So I highly suggest doing this with someone. Now, if it's just you, no problem at all. Just still use this tracker. You're just going to use the top 1, 2, 3, 4 to write your food, fitness, water, and reading goal in here. Track that. And then down when you get into the next month, you're going to use this top section again. Okay. Your buddy will use the bottom section if you are doing it with someone. The other way you could do this, not that we want to put that out there, but if you happen to start and then you miss a day and you have to start over, you can use this bottom section if you're doing it by yourself for like your second trial run. That is part of the process. You miss a day, you start over, and you can just use these 4 here so you're not wasting paper or space. Hope that makes sense. All right, so go ahead and plug in your name, the month you're starting, the day you're starting. Do you have to start on the 1st of a month? Not necessarily. Can it be helpful? Yes, but you will see here that you have the number of the challenge, the day of the challenge. So even if you start on like I would say try to start at the beginning-ish of a month because you are going to have the month written up here. So even if that month is like 30 days long, that's okay. That is the tracking page. Now, as an example, for food goals, remember, make it short, make it simple, make it something that's trackable every day and just a baby step up from what you're doing now. Maybe that's I eat vegetables at lunch every single day, or I eat 1 meal with 2 cups of vegetables every single day. For the water, I chose 100 ounces instead of a full gallon. Maybe that's not even sustainable for you. Maybe you know you need to get to 80 ounces, okay? But choose a water goal. Read 10 pages. I recommend leaving that exactly as it is. And then for fitness, I'm doing 1 45-minute workout 5 days a week. You can also do less. Wrapping up in selfie mode, thanks so much for watching. I'm so excited for you to take on the 75 Strong Challenge. Remember, if you are actively struggling with a negative relationship to food and body, this might look like daily body dysmorphia or body hate. It could be emotional binge eating, disordered eating, or restrictive or over obsessing with dieting and counting calories. This challenge is not for you. I do recommend that you start with the relationship and the mindset area of food and body first. Reach out to me. I've got plenty to support you with regarding that aspect. Just sign up for a complimentary call with me and I'll definitely send you in the right direction. If you are going to do the 75 Strong Challenge, have fun. Let me know how you do. Tag me on social media at Tessie Tracy and shout it out and I'll share. Thanks so much. Bye.